Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology.
You guys have no idea how quickly I just moved.
Don't know much about the French.
It is 10:27 on this 19th day of April. It's a Wednesday in the heart of the Riverbend, and we're talking to Lydia, Jeremy, and Devin with the East-Alton Public Library. I'm telling you guys this right now. I have never once moved so fast in my life. We were just talking. Hey, how are you guys doing? Can I have your first name? Oh, we're back. Here, let's play some music. And we're here now. So the best part of this is because I help manage the community calendar on RiverBender with Ashley and a couple others, and stumbled upon some of the events that you guys have coming up, like this Read to a Dog event, which I think is just so cool. And when I started going through it, I thought, well, let's get you guys on and let's talk about this. And this is a really awesome event, Devin. Now, is this the first time you guys have done one of these Read to a Dog events?
So we actually had one in March, and Lydia is the one who coordinated that event for us.
Yeah.
Well, how'd it go, Lydia?
We had a couple kids come. So what it is there's a therapy dog that comes. So kids, young kids just learning or reluctant readers can come and practice their reading skills to this therapy dog. So they can kind of get a better feel for the words without judgment of classmates or peers.
That's really cool. And it gives, like you said, that incentive to check out the library and see all the great stuff that, you have over there. And with that being said, how was the first turnout? Were there a lot of happy kids?
There were a few, yeah. Some really shy that said they're going to come back and build up the courage to read the next time. So.
Yeah, some showed up and some just kind of wanted to sit and watch. But yeah, the idea is to have something to draw them in, like the dog. Because like you said, you saw and you're like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Just kind of put stuff out there that people are like, oh, that's neat. Maybe we can come check it out. And like you said, it gives them a chance to see what else that we got going on there.
Right. And that's the thing, because, for me, it's since I've been doing the show, 10 months in, it's like, and even when I was doing the St. Louis radio, it's like, man, I didn't realize how much our public library system has to offer us. So let's take advantage of some of these. And whether it's, the book club that you guys have or some of these other really great things like coding for kids, which I think is just fantastic. Lydia, that's you again?
You're hitting it right there, my friend. Yeah, that's a Lydia one too.
All right, I got to ask Lydia another question really quick about this. Coding for kids. Now, how did you get this idea?
So my daughter has dabbled with coding in a program at school, and she's in 4th grade. So I thought, she has a lot of fun with it. So I'd try and introduce that to other kids, because, everyone's trying to push the computer
the STEM and
type
all that,
of careers and stuff. So I think getting an early start, especially in this day and age, like computers kind of run our lives. So getting to know how they work and how you can, create a character, create a little game or something for little kids is a lot of fun.
Oh, you have my stamp of approval. It doesn't help much, but you got my stamp of approval. Now, Lydia, what's your title with the library?
I'm the youth services coordinator.
And I think you're in the right position, because this is perfect to get some of the the youth out and really just start to learn a little bit more about what not only reading can do in those activities, but what your public library system can do to help alleviate maybe some discrepancies of being bored at home and given activities and so many great things. And I got to ask you, Jeremy, what's your title with?
I'm the director of the library.
Now, how is it to have just great stellar staff that are helping you kind of carry this in the next generation?
Makes my job a lot easier. No, it's wonderful to have a great staff. I mean, I got Lydia and Devin. I got a great staff back in the library. It's a wonderful thing, and they're doing a lot of great work trying to push things forward. So when I started there, it's like you have this vision. It's like, all right, here's what I want to accomplish. It's like, now how do we get there? Well, one of the things I did is like, let's get some people to do it, and then combine that with the team we got already. It's been a good mix. It's been wonderful moving forward. Compared to where we were a year ago, I would say, like, you noticed our stuff. Like, a year ago, you wouldn't have noticed as much.
Right.
You wouldn't have had as much going. And then now thanks to like the team and getting us, the momentum going, now we're starting, it's so consistent that I almost have to go to them or other staff members like, what are we doing today? Just because they're putting it out there for us. So it's really nice. As I said, it makes my job a lot more fulfilling and fun.
Absolutely. And now, how long have you been at the library?
I have worked at this library since January of last year. So barely over, maybe 15 months?
Wow. So, I mean, that's a pretty, like you said, just to look back after a year and a couple of months and go, wow, we're getting the train to move, which is the hardest part of the journey, is just getting the train to start moving, That's really great. And Devin, how important is it to utilize, other distribution outlets and other ways to, get the message of the library out to the public?
Oh, it's huge. So having great programs is awesome, but it is even better when people actually hear about them and come to them.
That is true.
Which is true. So
that's for all of you guys out there. That's a little call to action for you.
Come to our library programs.
Yes, come on in.
Yes.
So I think using outside sources has been instrumental in us getting different demographics in too.
Yeah.
So we've been partnering with SIUE to do programming for adults. So we've got chair yoga. We've had a couple lectures that have come in. We've been working with Senior Services Plus, St. John's, and so working out with other members of the community to kind of network together and reach different groups that we might not reach normally.
Well, and to me too, so many times, because we have our Alton Library on with Hainer and other great libraries on throughout the communities, but in our coverage area, but sometimes it's being with a smaller town like East-Alton, you guys have to work almost a lot harder sometimes to make sure that your message is out there and that you're reaching the folks that you have. And I got to ask you, I mean, when it comes to really putting the work in, I couldn't even imagine this being like a an 8-hour day. You guys are working a lot longer and beyond that to get this done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, it takes, the cool part is, at the beginning, it's kind of like with anything. You got to develop the systems you want.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I started working with Devin at the library, like, Devin came on specifically for marketing. That is Devin's position, part of it. That and adult programming.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just kind of, and then when Lydia came on, just kind of, you talk, you make plans, you kind of figure it out, and then you just, I hate to say it, you just throw it out there. That's really what you do.
It's the definition of the show. Just throw it at the wall. Whatever sticks, you run with it, Yeah. So before we go any further on the upcoming events, I do want to ask you, Devin, with the adult programs, what are some of the things that you did right away to, kind of, elevate what was already there?
Yeah, so when I started, we didn't have very many adult programs. So there had been summer reading and there had been some adult programs, but I really wanted to work on consistent things every month. So, for example, we've got a monthly book club. We have a monthly crafternoon. So it's a craft session where every month it's different. Sometimes we make cards. Sometimes we make like DIY watercolor marker mugs, for example.
Wow.
That's one that's going to be upcoming. And so that's something that I wanted to just kind of set in place, is having something consistently every month, and then jumping off that.
Don't let Devin fool you. I mean, she goes into some really cool stuff. Like, unless there's other libraries, and if other libraries are watching, I apologize if you've done this. But I mean, Devin, one of our most popular adult programs was when Devin did a Valentine's Day charcuterie board. I mean,
wow.
Things you don't expect.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're trying to do. We want to put stuff out there you don't necessarily expect, because I mean, let's face it, when you think libraries, I mean, what do you think of?
You
think books.
I think of books, and I think of, books.
You think of books, and I know libraries are working on pivoting toward more community-centric spaces, and that's what we're really working hard at doing. We want to show the community that, hey, we're here for you, we got resources, but we also have stuff that can entertain you or maybe delight or have some fun with.
Right.
And that's what we've been trying to really work hard to do, and I think so far from what I'm seeing, we're trying to make it happen. I would say we're doing it.
I would say so. Now, let's circle back to a couple of the events that are coming down the pipeline here. We'll just start off with tomorrow. I want to ask you about this Lego Club, because this is something, Lydia, where I know schools that are doing this now, or elementary schools, and to have that for East-Alton is a great thing. It teaches so much. And take us through this program.
I mean, it's pretty much, I set out a bucket of Legos and kids get to use their creativity. If they're stuck on an idea, I've got some little idea cards. They're things like build something using just red blocks, or build a car, so just it gives kids a chance to use their creativity to create something fun and have fun with their peers while doing it.
That's really cool. And then right after, uh-oh. I don't know how to do the accent on the E on this one. Is it?
Oh, fake
Fake
'em
'em
on.
on.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I asked. I was about ready to get thrown. We're on. Thank God I have no FCC compliance, but we would have been gone on that one.
I was about to ask, what accent are we doing, guys? See, that was one of those moments. I'm like, what do we got going?
I was going to say Fakimon, and that wasn't the right word. So what is this?
So that is, I've got like a sheet. Kids will have a few minutes to kind of create their own Pokemon type character. And then they'll use air dry clay to try and bring it to life.
Really cool.
That will be cool.
That is actually awesome. Now, so it's not, it's two parts. It's, that initial concept that you're kind of thinking of in your head, and then part two is putting it together.
Yep.
I love it. That's a great program. And then we got a crafternoon that same day. Devin, take it away.
Yes, so we will be making pom-pom cacti. So everyone will be able to create their own pom-poms, and then they'll get 3 that they can take home with them.
What's a pom-pom cacti?
It is a cactus that is made out of pom-poms.
No way!
Yeah, they're really cute.
I like that one. And then we follow it right up with Read to a Dog. Now take us through this. This is what I really wanted to hear about, because I think this is a great incentive to get everyone from every age group, really out to the library and really just escape for an hour. So 5 to 6 on the 24th. Who's in charge of this event?
That's
Take us through this, Lydia.
Yeah, so we've got, he's a Newfoundland therapy dog. His name is Maui. And kids can come in. I set out a few books, or they can bring their own, choose their favorite book, and just sit and read to them for 10 or 15 minutes.
Wow. And now take us through, just your experience with this already. You already did one last month. Mm-hmm. What were some of the feelings? Because to me, I think this is a great opportunity to really, for someone that has maybe an attention, issue, or maybe some type of anxiety or social stressor, that they can, utilize this to learn about the library and really, be at a little bit of peace doing it too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Maui lays there, so if a kid starts getting anxious, they can just pet him, or
I like that.
Sometimes they'll roll over. So not only is he fun to read to, but he's fun to play with too. While he's there.
I love it. And then the book club. I knew it. I'm starting to get good at this. You see that? I was just kind of.
The best part is I get to be here, and every time you mention, I'm like.
Well, to me, before we ask even more about this event, that's what, to me, I think you have to be most proud of, being the director of this. I mean, you have 2 hardworking individuals that are really putting out all the stops and so dedicated to this that you can say, well, take it away, senators, and describe them.
Oh, it's wonderful to work with a hardworking group, especially, you got Devin, you got Lydia, you got the rest of them back at the library, all making it happen, all working together. It's as I said earlier, it's very fulfilling. It's a wonderful thing to watch. And like I said, they've got so much going that half the time, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, you're just looking around. And by the way, to the folks at the library holding the fort down today, thank you, so we can all have fun in here today. And Devin, take me through. So this is The Maid. Is this the book of the club right now?
Yes. So our book club meets monthly. Okay. It's the last Wednesday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m. roughly. And we just pick a different book. We normally try to stick to different genres, maybe different time periods, just so we have no historical fiction back to back. Try to break it up a little bit. But we've got a really great group that shows up consistently, and I would welcome anybody new. We've got book club books available at the desk, so please stop by and grab one. We'd be happy to see you there.
That's for you guys. That's my call to action notification.
Oh, I like that.
All right, guys, that's for you. That's for you guys to go and pop out and enjoy the book club. And I mean, just really, I like the variety that you guys have too. It's not just all reading. It's not just all crafts. It's not just all activities. I mean, it's a plethora of, different things for everyone to enjoy. Story time. I was right again?
Yep.
Oh!
You're getting really good at this.
I am. I'm loving this. Story time, take me to it.
So story time, I do it twice a month, and I try and pick a theme that kind of goes along with the month, so like spring I had chickens.
Oh, yeah.
And then my next one is rain.
Perfect.
but-
May showers. Or
Yeah.
April showers.
April
showers.
It's live. I
I'll
can't
say the
fix
beauty
that.
of live, my friend.
But so I pick, usually 2 books that go along with that, and a couple songs to get up and moving to get some of that energy out. And then there's always a craft that goes along with the theme too.
And then coding for kids this month, what are we looking like?
This one I haven't completely figured it all out yet, but I'm gonna try and do just like a little mini game, like a little racing game where they create their own. They can create 2 different characters that race each other across the screen.
What? Hold on here. So, when you're saying coding, they're actually coding.
Yeah, so it's through MIT has a site, Scratch. And so they get on there and it has all the different instructions that you give your character, and you have to put them in the right order to get your character to do exactly what you want it to do.
Wow. So this is just for kids, right? Parents
Yeah.
can't come and figure
Yeah,
this
this
out. All right, I
one's
just wanted to ask. I wanted to ask for it. And then half-day movie on the 28th. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness you already said it, because I didn't know who to go with on this one.
It's kind of a combo.
see, there you
It's kind of a combo.
Point is, you couldn't lose on that one. You couldn't lose on that one.
But I can find a way to lose on every slot machine I play. So take me to this half-a-day movie.
Yeah, so every time there's a half day at the school district near us, we have a half day movie.
Really
So the
cool.
kids can get out, they can come and enjoy a movie. We have freshly popped popcorn that we make in-house.
That's right. Notice other libraries. I don't think anyone else is doing that. But we are.
The popcorn wars are on right now.
Exactly. I'll declare it right now.
And we just show a movie, and it's just a nice way for them to kind of get out and be out for an hour or 2 before they go back home, and then finish up their weekend. So
That's really cool. And one final event that's coming down the pipeline in just about 10 days. Shrinky Dinkies. Take me through. I kind of figured that it was a Lydia question.
Yeah.
This looks fun, so take me to
Yeah.
it.
So when I was younger, we had shrinky dinks. Like you color the designs and stick it in the oven, and it shrinks, and you can make it a keychain or whatever. So I found online a way to do it with recycled plastic.
Wow.
So I'm gonna invite teens in to draw their own little designs on plastic, and then I'll bake it for them to shrink it down.
Wow, this is great. Now, I gotta ask you, with all the events and everything going on, are you guys looking to add even more events, even new types of activities? I mean, you already have a strong repertoire right now.
I'll transition this into another plug.
There we
All right,
go.
let's do it.
So yes, so we're coming up on summer currently, and so our summer reading program is going to be kicking off June 10th, and it'll go through July 22nd. And we're going to have a massive amount of programs, activities, you name it. We're going to try and do it. So
Wow, that's great.
We're even going to have, we started last year with, just stuff you wouldn't think about at a library. Like we're going to have the RiverBend axe throwing there.
Oh, cool.
For adults, of course.
Oh.
For adults.
for adults,
But yeah, that's just the idea of some of the stuff we're going to do, like stuff you wouldn't normally associate with a library. So yeah, our goal is to always try to put out as many different things, kind of like you said earlier, see what sticks, but also see what generates interest. I mean, we're a small library, so it's tricky to go door to door with surveys, do the kind of marketing to try to figure out. So it's kind of like, all right, we'll throw some stuff out there, see what we can do, and we've been getting very good responses to what we've been doing so far. It's been very neat to see the community embrace it.
Well, and that's what we're talking about. I mean, the hardest thing is to do is to get that train to start moving a little bit, and you guys did it, and you keep doing it, and I think that's a very important thing to highlight, because you're, like you said, smaller library, but you're doing everything that a larger library would do. So size, I guess, out of consideration on this. You guys are just going to keep developing and growing towards the future. And with that being said, what's your guys' favorite genre of book?
fantasy.
There you go.
Mystery thriller.
Okay.
Ooh, I like, science fiction, I guess.
Did you say fiction or science?
Science fiction.
Science fiction.
I almost thought you stumped him there with that one. Of all the questions to stump someone on, that one I thought you got him there.
Just too many.
I honestly was like, wow, I think I could do 60 minutes now. I think I'm ready for it. So, with all that being said, what's the best way for folks to reach out to the library about any questions about events, your guys' resources that you have, and just for more general information on the great work you all do?
I would say, they could always give us a call. I'll throw it out there, 618-259-0787. That's our main line. We have an email account where you can make general inquiries. It's called info@east-alton-library.org. Those are probably your two starter ways to get started.
Uh-huh.
And then kind of once you knew what you were looking more for, we can guide you toward the right member of the team to kind of go over what they're doing. But yeah, that's the best way to get a hold of us. Just start with the basic phone call or email. We'll take it from there and see what you're looking for.
Absolutely. And that sounds really great. And you know what else sounds great? Just because we got to take care of a little bit of business.
Let's do it.
Is getting on the track to being a first-time home buyer with Lisa Webb and 3rd Street Realty. So you guys know, and if you guys are just joining us, we've been on the air for about, 9 months now, 10 months now, and the reason we keep growing is because of local sponsors and local support like Lisa Webb. And what I like, guys, is the fact that, listen, whenever you're working with Lisa Webb, you're working with somebody that's, a local person that's in this mom and pop business. It's woman-owned, but it's family-operated, which makes it great. You aren't dealing with that big corporate franchise that's just kind of using you as a number. And let me tell you about their first-time home buying. I'm in the process now of starting to look, and who am I going to look at? Lisa Webb and 3rd Street Realty, local woman-owned, family-operated group with over a decade of experience in helping that first-time home buyer navigate the most challenging portion of your life, the first-time home buying process. At 3rd Street Realty, they pride themselves on making sure they hold your hand through the entire process, ensuring you make the best decision on your future. And what I personally love, here's what I like. Education. Don't you guys like to learn a little bit as you're going through those processes? Well, 3rd Street Realty's got you covered better than anybody, and unlike those corporate firms, 3rd Street Realty will be your advocate. Don't hesitate. Check out their website, 3rdstreetrealty.com, and let Lisa and her team help you find the perfect home today. That's 3rdstreetrealty.com, 3rdstreetrealty.com.